Going from the village, foreign whore.
You best take that back.
Shelmore, a trade's going to bootlick you. Forgive me for the company.
Always did know how to win, friends.
I was provoked.
Saw it happen. Wanted to talk to me about something?
Amos Far Ipsis, a specialist on djinns. Heard of him? I found a tome he'd penned in the Emperor's library. Far Ipsis set off for Skellige one day and was never heard from again. I asked some of the local folk. Some here still remember him.
Why are you even interested? Djinns are dangerous sometimes, and malicious all the time.
I remember. But the advantages outweigh the risks. If I can tame a djinn, I shall gain incredible power. And that could be useful to us one of these days.
You sure this mage actually had a djinn?
His books strongly suggest he did. He describes taming one, harnessing energy from its power.
Nowhere to look? For the mage and the djinn?
The locals say they last saw Amos's ship off the coast of Hindisfjall, just before a once-in-an-eon storm broke.
Doubt we'll find them then. Mage is probably fish food, and the djinn escaped.
Not necessarily. But even if it is so, I'll not give up without seeing some evidence. Will you help me? I've no gold to offer in reward, but I shall be ever so grateful.
Since you put it that way, fine. I'll help you.
Thank you. A boat awaits in the harbor. Come.
Consider settling in Cairtrol permanently. You gotta be kidding. You gotta.
See, you've managed to prepare everything already.
I have.
How could you possibly know I'd agree?
I didn't. Decided to risk it.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Zoltar424. In today's video, we will be focusing on Yennefer's personal mission, obviously. How personal? Very personal.
No, I should cast another spell.
The title of this mission, after all, is called The Last Wish. If that sounds familiar, it is not only the title to one of the Witcher episodes to the Netflix series, it is also a book of short stories that introduce Geralt of Rivia. In that book, Geralt meets Yennefer through sheer chance. Or was it? Dandelion is struck ill and needs the aid of a magician to live and restore his voice that he lost as he and Geralt fought the djinn that was released as he and Geralt fished. Long story short, Yennefer was looking to control the djinn for her own means. But to acquire the djinn, one of the two fishing had to make all of his wishes. The irony of the situation is that Dandelion was portrayed of having the seal of the djinn. Basically, he was the one that rubbed the lamp. It was later discovered by accident that Geralt was the holder of the seal, making him the one with the wishes. After discovering this, Yen pleaded with Geralt to make his last wish. He eventually did. That wish was that he and Yennefer would always be bound to each other. At this point in time, we have the ability to alter the outcome of that result. So without further ado, let's see how we complete this today.
Only found half. Can you do anything with this?
I can use it to locate the other half, to within a dozen yards.
And once we find that, we should find the djinn.
Exactly. Ready? I'll take us there on the count of 3.
Oh, no, not another portal.
Stop whining. 1, 2...
Said you were gonna go on 3.
I did. Look, we must search the area.
Yen, not so fast. Gotta tell me what this is about first. Why do you want this djinn?
But you already know. A djinn's power is priceless to a mage.
That I know. but I also want to know how you plan to use it. Wouldn't go to these lengths if it wasn't something important.
You're right. It's important. Even very important. How long has this been going on, Geralt? This thing between us? 15, 20 years? We repeatedly split up, then returned to one another. Something draws us to each other, but I can never be certain if it's a true feeling or merely a bit of mischief by a djinn.
So that's it. This is about my last wish?
You asked that djinn to bind...
I get it. You want to know what'll happen if magic no longer binds us.
I want to know if when the djinn's magic is gone, if we've any magic left of our own.
Wondered that myself many times.
You see, we're just a step away from learning the truth. Come, let's search the ship.
If you've happened to catch the Netflix series, then you know from that version, if you've never read the books have a bit of a different direction as far as how The Last Wish played out, as opposed to the Netflix Witcher series. Spoilers ahead. Okay, here we go. In the Netflix series, Yennefer did not know the wish that Geralt made as his last wish until they fought with the dragon on the mountain.
What do you have?
In the books, however, Yennefer heard Geralt make his last wish.
Looks exactly like the
as he was sitting, she was sitting right next to him. I found it unique that the series, the Netflix series itself, went with that direction. However, I am a fan of creative direction as long as it remains consistent, more with the story, if you get it.
Away anywhere, to a mountaintop even. And the
I could go on and on about creative directions and different takes that people have done on movies and series and everything. I'd be talking all day long, but anyways,
always knew too
back
much
to here.
studying could kill you.
Also, for any of you who have watched the series or read the books or anything, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. I'd love to talk about it with you.
I have an idea.
Or if you have any questions yourself, and I might be able to answer them.
Step back a bit.
What are you going to do?
Summon and tame the djinn. It's not likely to be happy. Stand at the ready.
Tame djinn. Rif kaishta ein gaya. Kaishta et disglare. Devired me castle.
You must weaken him while I draw him into the sphere.
Care to trade places?
Got you! Your master died before uttering his last wish. I cannot capture you. We can struggle like this for eternity, or I can release you. If you do one thing for me. Do you see the spell that binds us? Only a djinn can remove another djinn's spell. Remove this one and you'll be free.
storm's over.
Yes. It's all over.
Maybe we should sit. You look a bit dazed.
I'm not, but we can sit.
We've improved. Last time we tamed a djinn, we destroyed half of Rind.
Yes, we make a good team. Thank you for coming, Geralt. I'd have had a much harder time of it on my own.
Well, never could say no to you.
Perhaps that will change now.
Feel anything? That anything's different?
I expected... I don't know what I expected, actually. A bit of vertigo, perhaps. I thought you'd become a stranger to me, that I'd look at you and not feel a thing. But it's not like that at all. Nothing's changed.
Sorry, Yen, but magic's gone for me.
Truly? But how is that possible? I still feel the same. You should too. I don't understand. What does this mean?
Means the djinn granted your wish.
Right. Fine. Good. Glad we got that over with. We know where we stand, at least. Naught left for us here. Let's go.
Wait. Magic's gone, true, but that doesn't mean I don't like spending time with you. Let's sit a while.
For those who have been following, you know that I picked Triss as my romantic partner. If you decide, and this is a spoiler alert, if you decide to make Triss your romantic partner, and Yennefer your romantic partner as well, because this last mission is actually tied to Yennefer's romantic mission. Let me tell you this here. While you think you may be able to woo both of them,
A horse would never
you will
make it
not
like
get
that.
the threesome that you're expecting. That's all I'm saying.
I'm due to appear in Vizima. We must report to the Emperor after all.
Ciri's our concern, and only ours.
At heart, perhaps. But it's not what we agreed with Emir. We must see him.
Awfully loyal to your patron.
He happens to be your patron as well, darling. You'd do well to remember that. Otherwise he might feel compelled to remind you.
If we gotta, we gotta.
We wouldn't have known Ciri had returned if not for the Emperor and his agents. It's the least we can do.
Yen, what happened back there?
Please, Geralt. There's nothing left to say. I'm off.
Me too. I'll collect Uma from the Baron, then we'll ride for Kaer Morhen.
I shall join you as quickly as I can. Farewell.
So long, Yen.
Geralt?
Yen, can we talk?
Why? So you can ask me if we can remain friends despite all?
No, I mean...
Come now, Geralt. I know you. Well enough to know exactly what's going on with you and Triss. Now, I cannot say I'm not tempted to intervene, but I believe I'll let it lie this time. How about that? You came here to fumble your way through an explanation, yet instead of enjoying the show, I went and did your job for you.
Seems so.
But now, enough of this maudlin business. We've something to do, remember?
Ever think about the past? About your time with the hunt?
At times, I'm amazed we survived. Eridan's not usually one to leave witnesses behind.
That's just it. He didn't. Lost my memory when I escaped the hunt.
Ah, yes. Your famous amnesia.
You didn't have it?
For a short time only. Once the Emperor's mages got their hands on me, my memory quickly returned.
What did Eridan want from you exactly?
The same thing he wanted from you. You don't recall?
Draw a blank on most of my time with them.
We were bait, Geralt. Both of us. Eridan believed Ciri would come for us sooner or later and he would capture her. Fortunately, she didn't fall for it.
How do you go from being the Emperor's hostage to being his ally?
One day, the door of my cell opened, and instead of seeing the usual officer, I saw Emir. He promised to release me and grant me free reign of the Imperial Treasury, provided I did what he asked.
He told you about Ciri, and you accepted his offer. Why?
Shared aims make for strange bedfellows. I knew I had to find Ciri before Eridan did, and if any man had the power and the means to help me, it was the Emperor. Besides, once all's said and done, he is her father.
Why didn't you look for me after you'd recovered your memory and your freedom?
I assumed you would recover quickly and find me first.
You had mages to help you. I was on my own.
Well, not entirely. Besides, I knew you'd fled the hunt. Eridan would never have let you go. He'd erased my memory, but you escaped. It was wholly possible he hadn't had the chance with you. And there were your Witcher mutations. I expected they'd stave off any serious injury.
Thanks, Yen. See you later.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed Zoltarel.